for Friday, the 19th of July, 2019. Friday finally upon us after a volatile week, especially in the crypto world. And it's crypto that's making the first moves on Friday as the broad market takes a leg lower after some headlines that a leading exchange is under investigation by the US CFTC for engaging with US clients. If they're not registered to deal with US clients, they're not allowed to deal with US clients. This caused the BTC to drop from around 10,500 back down to around 10,130 as a low, and ETH to fall from 224 down to 215. However, there's really no follow through. It appears to be very much an isolated issue. The market slowly drifted back to the opening levels on Friday in what must have been probably the quietest day for crypto in quite a while. The weekend will be another story, as it usually is. Liquidity, obviously a premium over the weekend and exaggerating any moves. BTC decided to rally up above 11,000, if you can believe it, up to 11,100 without any particular catalyst being evident, but did drop back down to around 10,500 at time of writing or speaking, which is late Sunday afternoon US time. ETH also jumped up to around about 236, but also was back down to around 224 by late Sunday. If you'd closed your eyes on Friday morning and reopened them Sunday afternoon, you wouldn't have really known anything had moved. And there certainly wasn't a whole lot of reasons why things did move. For FX, Friday starts out as a reversal for some of Thursday's dollar losses. Dollar yen rallies back up to 107.80, and euro drops back down to 112.20. The market appears to have gotten a little ahead of itself following the Fed's Williams' original comments yesterday. He did sort of qualify himself thereafter, which has caused a bit of the pullback, I think, here. Weaker than expected Canadian retail sales sees dollar CAD spike higher towards 113.10. But as the US day gets going, much of the European moves get trimmed and euro heads back to 112.35, dollar yen up to 107.60. US equities opened higher following some minimal gains in Europe and some fairly robust gains in Asia, with the Nikkei closing up just around about 2%. For most of the day, it was quiet sideways trading across all markets. That was until very late in the day when there was a report out that Iran had seized a British oil tanker. The immediate reaction was to buy dollars. Dollar yen moved up to 107.95, euro back down to 112.05, and sterling obviously didn't like that, down to 124.85. Gold, somewhat surprisingly, dropped down to a low of 14.21. Often when you sort of see things around crisis or political tensions, etc., gold can often be a beneficiary, but on this occasion it paid more attention to the fact the dollar went bid and suffered as a result. US stocks gave up all of their earlier gains and ended up down on the day. The Dow Jones lower by 68 points. All in all, a pretty inconclusive end to the week, with markets still appearing as affected as much by trade disputes and tensions in the Persian Gulf as they are by expectations of an upcoming Fed rate cut, and obviously all the data releases along the way. Turning quickly to a little bit of sort of a technical look to finish off the week, or begin your week, depending on when you're watching this. The last few charts I've actually put up here have been great examples of false breaks, which is why I always warn people when you're trading breaks to always keep a tight stop. Nothing is perfect in the technical analysis world, and you have to be extremely disciplined when you are trading around technical analysis. These levels are there for a reason, and you've got to make sure that you're disciplined around them. So we've had a couple of prime examples. Sterling through 124.20, new lows on the year, went down below 124. I think 123.82 was the low. Now we're back up to 125. Same with Aussie, went above 70.50, went up towards 70.80 on Friday, and now back down around 70.45 at time of writing. And obviously the last one Friday with gold, we had a break above 14.40, which was the top end of a parallel channel, which I've highlighted a couple of times got about 1450, and late Friday, as we just mentioned, with the incident in the Persian Gulf, back down to 1421. So when you're trading breaks, got to be very, very disciplined. For today, I'm just going to give you a quick look at ETH, really, for all you crypto traders out there. You talk about volatility, ETH is probably as good as anything to look at. We had this fairly sizable sell-off, from the highs up around 363 down to, several attempts down towards 191.5, and we did have a little bit of a move higher over the weekend, although we retraced. So, just pointing out this move over the weekend has actually now given us a double top around the 236 level, as you can see here. So that's going to be your immediate resistance. Looking forward to this week, and then obviously the big break we had down below 261. We had a number of lows that had been made on or about that level, and as you can see, well, obviously it was a very, very sharp move lower through there. So one would expect that to be very good resistance should we attempt to break higher again. And as just mentioned, if we head lower, this 191 level roughly should act as some good support. So for all you ETH traders out there, just a little bit of a roadmap as to what to watch for the coming week. And with that, I hope everyone had a fantastic weekend, and I wish you all the very best of luck for trading during the week, and look forward to talking to you tomorrow. Cheers.